Okay, here's a quick rundown on my solar system. Here we have the eco-worthy 3 kilowatt charge controller stroke inverter, and up there we have the smart solar charge controller. We have 2 Fogstar 24 volt batteries, one there, one there. Each one is 280 amp hours at 24 volts. This is some other bits and pieces. And now I'll feed the house on that socket there, which comes through that. And that bit below the plug on the right is a Bluetooth or Wi-Fi rather. So we switch it on and off remotely. And it also gives you a readout on the power you've used for the day and the month, in fact a number of months, so you've got a good record of what's going on. And it's remember now, it can handle 3 kilowatts, but the power can only go through in one direction, hence why it's wired like this. So the feed comes out of the inverter into that plug socket, which is nothing actually wired to that socket, it's just actually acting like a bridge, and then back out of that socket in the right direction for that unit into the socket on the wall in the garage that goes through into the house. And the house is switched off at the main switchboard, so I'm feeding the house not grid tied at all. So that's how it works. And here we have a number of solar panels. In fact, there's actually 5 on the roof. Each one of these is 455 watts. Have another one round here, which will be going on the end of the garage there, and I will probably buy another one and put it on the roof, but that means I'll have to shift them all along and have a 4-inch overhang on each end. So basically that's how I do it. I haven't used any grid power for the best part of 3 months now. I heat my hot water when I can, which is most of the time, with a variable voltage control. I'll just show you that. So this is the power control here, 20 quid from Amazon. Didn't realise I already had one of these in the garage. Just didn't think it was the same thing. Got meter there. So we got 1019 watts going into the hot water at the moment. I'll turn this control up here. 17, 18, 1800, 19, 2000 watts, just over. Come back down to about 8. That gives me 926.5 watts. And in here, the airing cupboard And basically I'm taking the feed off of that there socket, and that wire worked into that. Basically that lead goes down to that socket over there, through the yellow lead that used to be connected to that transformer. That's another way of reducing that power if you haven't got, if you don't want to use the full 3 kilowatts, because that's a 3 kilowatt heater. I say heater, element. So this is basically how it is. So there are my 5 panels on the roof in full sun at the moment, which is more than I need, to be quite honest. Now all this started with me wanting to put solar in my van, because I want to do a conversion and I want to power it with solar. Now the van is just over here. You can just see a couple of solar panels on there, 100-watt solar panels, 4 of them. I put some windows in it so far, a max air fan. But like I say, it all started by buying the stuff before I needed it. So I thought I'd install some of it on the garage, and I got carried away. So needless to say, it's cost me a small fortune. These panels, the first 2 was about £200 each. Since then they've come down to about £180 each. I've gone through a couple of different inverters. One because I backfed it accidentally and blew it up. This was a better option, but as it's only 3 kilowatts, I'm now going to, well, I've just purchased it, arrived today, a Grow Watt 5000 watt inverter. As you can see on here, it says 850 watts going in from 3 panels, and somewhere like that, somewhere about that amount from the other 3 panels. This does half, this does the other half. You see, because of the size of the panels and the limitations of these inverters, they're running in parallel. 3 there running in parallel, which feed this here Victron's unit, and you can see there's 2, and this one here, there's one panel feeding in there. No, that's actually 2 panels. Those 2 panels are in series, and then you've got another panel here, which is the one outside, which is connected into that. So there's 3 panels on there, pretty much the same as the Victron, and they're both just about at their limit. So I'm, like I say, going up to a Grow Watt, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, I hope you enjoy.